Okay, hi, I'm Tunde Ogunrinde. I lived in the UK for over 20 years. I came back to Nigeria just over 3.5 years ago.
And what were you doing in the UK?
Um,
In Europe? Where were you?
I was in the UK. I was in pretty much Birmingham, London. I walked all over Europe, pretty much some Scandinavian countries, Germany, principally with Burger King. And I worked in various capacities. So I've been in food. I tell people I sell food for a living.
And what made you leave Nigeria?
I went to do my master's. So I did my first degree here. Went to do some more studies. And yeah, as I say, the rest is history. Took on a job and yeah, 20-something years later, I thought it's time to go back.
And while abroad, what was it that you missed about home?
Friends, some childhood friends, the weather, fantastic weather, some of the food, because I think for myself, living in Birmingham, some of the foods was not quite easy to get. So yeah, I missed that. Friends, family, and the weather. Yes.
And what was that, can you remember that moment that made you want to return home?
I do actually. I'm one of those people who kind of set myself consciously, unconsciously, some goals. I always knew I'll come back, but I never put a date to it. And the interesting story was when I put a date to it, I kind of decided, you know what, my folks are getting old. I can see opportunities are opening up. By the time I'm 40, I'm heading back home. Within a week, I got an opportunity. And I'm sure people have said this over and over again. Sometimes when you write things down or make a decision, you know, the universe opens up the answers for you. Within a week, I got an opportunity, and I started to discuss with a company in Nigeria to come back and head up to consult actually for them. The business is called Chicken Republic, and I came and I took the offer on because it was just at the right time.
And what was the best bit and worst bit about coming home?
Best bit is being able to really create in a manner that I've never been able to do whilst I was working in the UK. Why? Simple, because most of the processes and systems were pretty much developed. We tweaked, we made it better, but you're starting from scratch here. You have I could look back at my time at Chicken Republic and kind of say, well, I was part of that. The brand manual, like the colors, the menu, and that can't be taken away. I couldn't get that opportunity in the UK. I was, a little fish in a very big pond. What has been tough, or what hasn't been as good as? Very little, I must say, in my mind. It depends on how you see it. People will complain about the power and the traffic, and I've also been to several places. Sometimes even in Europe you will get issues with traffic and it can be hard getting around, but of course those things are reality. They are tough, they're uncomfortable, but if the goal is big enough, as they say, the facts don't count. So you have a bigger goal, you have a bigger picture. Those things are just obstacles that you have to overcome. Yes, married, 4 kids, 1 in the UK, 3 here. 3 are here, they've settled. They found that tough because my wife is Indian. So, she kind of lived in the UK all her life. The kids, of course, we visited. My parents and family came around. So they weren't totally alien, but coming to visit on a holiday and coming to live, totally different ball game. So some of those challenges of power and traffic, well, I'd seen that growing up. It wasn't too alien to me. They'd seen snippets of it coming to visit. It wasn't totally alien, but doesn't mean it was easy.
How long ago did you come back?
Just under 4 years.
And so your children were around the ages of?
The youngest was 6.5, and the eldest then, he's 16 now, so he was 12. Yeah.
And so what does it mean for you to raise your children in Nigeria?
A lot. I think, having roots, knowing where they've come from, being able to kind of have their feet on some solid roots. I think Europe is great, but some of the culture is diluted, so they're not quite sure sometimes. And myself and my wife, we come from very strong cultural backgrounds. I mean, Indian and African. I mean, so family is important, roots is important, knowing where you've come from. I mean, I think I've achieved something very important for them. They still whinge about coming once in a while, but I think I've achieved something that they'll understand the impact a little bit further down the line. But I'll tell a very short story. I don't know if last Christmas, of course, my daughter was, I missed the snow. Can we go to the UK for Christmas? But the other two boys who have totally immersed themselves were like, that's not going to happen. We're not going over Christmas, because Christmas here is a big deal. The kids are up till 2, 3 in the morning throwing fireworks, and because the estate I live is very safe and secure, so they're up to 2 or 3. I couldn't do that in Birmingham. The doors are locked, So for me, that was a real significant moment. Thinking, well, I can tick that box. If they decide to go and explore, done. At least they know where home is. And if they want to return, great. If not, well, good luck. I've done my bit.
And what would you say to someone thinking of, hang on here, okay, what would you think to say to people, Nigerians abroad, who are considering coming back?
I think be very clear about where you want to be in terms of your mind. And I'm not talking the typical where you want to be in 5 years and all that kind of cliche stuff. Just in your mind, be very clear, because if Nigeria as you see it fits into that picture of where you want to go, then you should do it. And I'll tell you why. It's an open, plain field. You could create your own future, basically. I mean, I've got into, after moving away from Czech Republic, setting up my own company, and there's so much to do, both from a business entrepreneurial point of view, and we don't need to wait for the government. What I'm finding is the networking of like-minded individuals. I've got 3 or 4 partnerships, which is something else which 20 years ago, people looked with skepticism about working and doing partnership with people. It works if you pick the right partner, and the opportunities are immense. So if you have the appetite for excitement, for wanting to create something which can potentially change you as an individual and the rest of your family, I think this is the right place to be. Is it easy? No. But tell me what, creating anything, it's not easy anywhere. It's just a different type of challenge. So I believe that very strongly.
Particular entrepreneur opportunities that you see, you're in food and beverage.
Okay, food and beverage. I mean, I think that the figures banded around is 40% of the GDP for Nigeria just now. I think the real winner is in the back end. A lot of opportunities are in the processing side of things. There's a lot of waste in the agricultural space, and even on the front end in terms of the softer things, training on customer service, trying to change culture of how service is viewed in this part of the world. Opportunities, I think, are really strong back end. Supplies in terms of products, not just for Nigeria. I tell you what, West Africa is for the taking, for whoever is bold enough to do that on all those, or not just Nigeria. So get a good product. Look at Indomie, the noodles. I mean, I know people that come to Nigeria, buy packets of those and travel out with them, and these are things that are doing quite well here. So packaged goods, processed foods, and then the restaurant business and hospitality, big place. The other tip I'll give is tourism. Just watch that space. I think something exciting is happening. Probably Nigeria will take a bit longer, but West Africa, there's some hidden gems there, and even Lagos. So I think Homecoming Revolution kind of seems like a gathering of ideas, is what I will say, positive ideas to help Africa face its own challenges. I certainly don't see it as any government-sponsored thing. I think it's almost putting people in a room and seeing what comes out. And if you put enough good, like-minded people in a room who have a shared interest, because we've all come home, and we've all come home for different reasons, but there's really one reason to make us feel better, self-actualization and all that. And if you put those set of people in a room, good ideas will come out and partnerships will be formed. And I think that's the real power of what you're doing, what Homecoming Revolution is doing.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, I think that's it. Thank you.
This is why I love what I do.
Thank you.
This is why I love what I do.